Just on this season, mate, obviously as you touched on, Bimby's close to a lot of you guys, big change. How are you kind of feeling like you're adapting to the way Uffy wants to play? Because we've seen some games where you've run up the score, and then some games like last week where it just doesn't click for you. Where do you see you're at in that progression?
I think we're very close, and Uffy said that to us in the review that we've done for most of the games, that we've had majority of possession. It's just about being a little bit more ruthless in front of goal, and as everyone knows, goals change games, and if we take some of those chances, the game turns out a little bit differently. But I think we're very close. We're showing what we can do. We just got to be a bit more consistent over the 90 minutes. But the style that he's playing is very attractive football and very high energy, and like I said, very attractive. So as a player, it's very enjoyable. It's tiring, but it's a very enjoyable way of playing. So no complaints here. Hopefully we can just get a few results and get on a bit of a roll now.
Dave told us that today's 15 years since you made your debut for Sydney FC. When you hear that, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, old. I think Dave or Robbie put it in the media from Sydney that one of our players, Joe Lacey, was only 18 months old or something when I debuted, which is frightening. So it sort of puts it into perspective a little bit, but no, it honestly doesn't feel like 15 years. It feels like only a few years ago. There's been obviously lots of ups and downs, but been a great time and have some very good memories, and hopefully more to come.
In all sports, but especially football, 15 years at one club is almost unheard of. What's worked well, firstly from your point of view, but also you think from the club that's kept this partnership going?
Good question. I'm not sure. I think the way I go about my business, I think they know what they're going to get a lot of the time, and I know what I'm getting back from the club. I think there's obviously a mutual respect there and a loyalty both ways. I know probably periods in my career I haven't been at my best, or I've been injured and they've stuck by me, and and vice versa. I've been had some really good periods and chose to stay. So I think it's just sort of a bit of a match made in heaven. I'm very happy and content in Sydney and love the club very much. So for them to have a little bit of that back, I think has been great, and it's on par. We've worked out really well.
And 15 years here, hoping for a few more. You've said no plans to move or anyway?
No, of course, I've always said it. I love Sydney FC, and it's my home. So not looking too far into the future. I know I'm getting a bit older and need to sort of weigh up a few things. I've got a few more responsibilities now with a baby, so you never know how football plays out. But no, like I've always said, I love it here, and as long as the club wants me, I think I'll stay. So don't want to look too far forward. Just want to concentrate on playing some good footy and proving that I'm still good enough to be part of this team and part of this club.
Right, obviously you've got the baby now, so priorities changed, as you said. But have you ever had any regrets about maybe not heading overseas, taking your football to Europe or anything like that?
I wouldn't say regrets. I think the way it's worked out, or the way it's panned out, has been good for me. I've had a pretty successful period here at different times at Sydney, and on a personal level and on a team level, it's been great. There's been a few opportunities, but in saying that, I wouldn't have went unless it was right, and it never was as good as being here. So definitely no regrets. I did always say it would have been nice to try a different culture or try to play football in a different country and sort of take that in, but it's never panned out that way. No regrets. I love it here and enjoyed every minute.
Just out of curiosity, Ryan, what was the closest you got where you thought I might take that leap?
There was a few different opportunities over the years from different countries, but there was nothing, like I said, that sort of swayed me enough. The opportunity wasn't as great as I thought it was here, and I'm a bit more of probably of a don't take too many risks, I suppose. So unless it was 100% something I wanted to do, I was never going to do it. And why would you when you're so happy and so comfortable at a place like Sydney FC and living in Sydney? There was a few times it probably got pretty close, but as I stand here, nothing ever happened. So again, very happy to be here and be a one club player.
Last year, you've been so football focused your whole life. How has fatherhood changed your perspective?
Obviously it gives you something to go home to and look forward to. Wolfie's behind you there, he's ramped up the training session, so you're pretty knackered at the best of times. But when you go home, that sort of all goes away because you've got your little daughter there or your child to sort of take that attention. As you can probably hear by my voice, a few sleepless nights has sort of taken its toll, but no, I'm really enjoying it. It's something I've always wanted to do, to be a father, and for it to be here now, I'm loving every moment.
As far as favourite moments too, a couple of grand final goals in there. Do you have one that really sticks out, your favourite?
Oh, it's really hard to split. I think Sydney put up a poll yesterday and asked which was everyone's favourite, and I think everyone went for the 2017 goal just purely for how loud it was at Allianz. So probably that one, just purely for being around all our fans, being at the Cove End. I think that was pretty special, but it wasn't the winner either, was it? Like it was in 2020, I think it was. So I really can't split it. I think I'll take both of them.
Obviously standing in the new building, but besides that, how else has the club changed from your point of view over the 15 years?
Yeah, it's changed a lot, to be honest. In my early days, we had a few coaches come in and out, and then over more recent years, it's been pretty steady. We've seen a lot of success, a lot of players coming in and out, but yeah, it's changed a lot, but at the same time, it hasn't. Still, I've got very close friends, not only in the players but with the staff. There's been a lot of staff, like Dave, has been around for a long time that I get along really well with, and I think that's the biggest thing about the club. It's very community-based and family-based, so when you're inside it anyway, you sort of see that and get to know people, and yeah, as much as the club on a whole maybe has changed over the years, the inner shell hasn't changed too much, and it's been great.